So I just got through watching the Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk fight for the unified heavyweight title, and I'm happy to say I called it. Now, before I get into the detailed review of this fight, Tyson Fury has already activated his rematch clause for October 2024. But with this performance, do you guys think that a rematch is necessary? Now, my initial prediction, I said Usyk by unanimous decision, but it ended up being a split decision. But I was still more or less on the money because I said 7 rounds to 5 for Usyk in my prediction, and it ended up being the same way on the scorecard. And I don't know about you guys, but when the judges were making the decision, I was like, for the love of God, this better not end in the draw, because if the fight ended in the draw, I think everybody knew what time it was. But in my opinion, and in my unbiased boxing analyst point of view, the right guy won. But now let's get into the detail. Now the fight went exactly the way I thought it would, with Usyk pressing the action early on and Tyson Fury taking his time. But Tyson Fury, in my opinion, he waited way too late to get cooking. I think that he should have turned it into a slugfest earlier. But then again, if you look at the middle rounds, I'll get to that in a second, maybe him turning it into a slugfest wasn't such a good idea. But then again, maybe it would have, because Usyk probably wasn't expecting it so early. But that's a kind of a go for broke kind of thing, because Lord forbid you waste the first 4 rounds trying to get him out of there, and now you're gassed for the next 8 rounds. If you survive the next 8 rounds, that is. Now, Fury didn't really get cooking until about the middle rounds. I figured this is where he would take over, and he did so by landing some very, very significant uppercuts and going to the body more. I saw good body work from both of them, but I think that Usyk's body work took more of a toll. But the biggest mistake that I saw Fury make during the fight was his back was touching the ropes way, way too often. It's like, bro, we get it. You're 6'9" and you're very, very elusive for a heavyweight. We get it. You have great head and body movement. But it doesn't mean anything when somebody who's accurate a puncher as Usyk and somebody who can counterpunch can just tee off on you like that. But going into that tremendous 9th round for Usyk, my scorecards was I had the first, second, and third round for Usyk, and then I had rounds 4 through 8 for Fury. So up to that point, Fury was winning the fight. But man, Usyk landed some hellacious shots in the 9th round. A lot of people thought that the fight should have actually been stopped. And it also didn't help that while he might have won the 8th round, he took a hell of a hook to the nose. And a lot of people thought that the bridge of his nose might have been broken. So that might have had something to do with his breathing. But this answered a tremendous question, because a lot of people thought that Usyk didn't have the power that it took to get Fury out of there. But we saw that not only did he have the power to it, but he had the strategy to do it as well. And sure, Usyk's not known for having one-punch knockout power, but it was accumulative damage. And that man is a sniper when it comes to punches. Those hellacious shots to the nose and those body shots that were pretty much putting water in the basement. And some people had it 116 to 112, 8 rounds to 4 for Usyk, even counting that knockdown. But a lot of people say that round 11 is a swing round. And if you want to give Fury that 11th round, I ain't mad at you, because I did. And now going into the 12th round, you really got to put the pedal to the metal, especially if you both fight. You got to close the show if you're Usyk, and you got to make a point to the refs and the judges if you're Tyson Fury. And I thought that Usyk did a very, very good job of closing the show. He didn't do just enough to win. He made a point. I'm not going away, and I'm going to put the stamp on this. So yes, the judges made the right call. But the heavyweight division is a lot more interesting than it's been in the last 20 years, because you still got Wilder versus Zhang, you still got Parker, and then you still got AJ, who's waiting in the wings. But I personally don't think that AJ should fight Usyk for a third time, because it'll be the same result. But we'll just see what happens with these other heavyweight titles. But anyway, what do you guys think of the fight?